Hi, I'm Raya, and this is Wondering About Wolves. Today, we're looking at the Wolves versus Chelsea match review.
Yes, the 0-0 draw, the stalemate at Stamford Bridge. So, what's first on your agenda?
The play ratings.
Okay, so start with Rui Patricio then.
I gave him an 8.
8 out of 10.
Yeah, a clean sheet, he made saves.
Yeah, everything that was asked of him, he did well, didn't he? He even come and collected a couple of crosses, which is nice to see. And like you say, he saved shots as well. And the clean sheets are 8 for Rui Patricio, fair enough.
And then Semedo was 7. He defended pretty well.
Yeah, he stuck to his task because he had to switch. In the first half, he played right wing back. Second half, he had to move over to left wing back because Aït-Nouri went off. And he stuck to his task, but both ends of the pitch. I thought first half he played particularly well going forward. He won the ball and drove with it and that. And all the way through, you know, he persevered. Even though he was up against Hudson-Odoi, sometimes he was a tricky player and could give people problems. I thought Semedo stuck to his task well and helped us out as a defensive unit. He did a decent job.
Next is Bolly. He was my man of the match and I gave him an 8 as well.
Yeah, he was a good one again, Bolly.
Headers, tackles, clearances, everything.
Yeah, winning some
really
important headers.
Did some good slides.
Yeah, great slide tackle one time. Right, I forgot who, on the edge of the box. I forgot who was on. One of the Chelsea attackers. I know, but he slid in and he won the ball cleanly and fairly. Great tackle, and again winning the ball in the air.
Winning his aerial
That's so
duels.
important to us, isn't it? Winning the ball in the air in our box.
Like that,
so impressive again from Bolly. He was good at Chorley and he was good again tonight.
Yeah. Next, Cody and 8. Yeah. He defended well and he organised well because it was hard to break down defensively.
We were set up well. You know, it was a really well-drilled unit, and Cody's at the heart of that, talking, pulling people into position, making sure everybody's doing the jobs. So an important role for Cody, and tonight his leadership, you know, worked a treat because everybody was really well drilled. Everybody was doing the job well.
Next, Kilman, a 7. He had a good game. He did have some errors where, like, his clearances wasn't good enough.
Yeah, there was one. I remember a clearance that wasn't great. And one time I remember Pulisic in the second half rolled him and got into a dangerous area on the pitch when he should have just held his position behind him. He tried to have a nibble, got too close, and then Pulisic was able to roll him, and then he got into a dangerous position and crossed it across. But again, Bolly was there to clear it for us. So Kilman did do well though, a good game, just with a couple of errors.
Yeah. Next, Aït-Nouri, a 6. He did go off.
Yeah, it was only half a game, wasn't it? So it's difficult to give him more than a 6, really.
So he was okay.
Yeah, he was alright. And when people only play 45 minutes, you know, it's difficult to give him too high a score. But he was part of that defence in the first half that kept a clean sheet, and he was decent. Decent.
Next, Neves, a 7. He worked hard as always. He's a hard worker.
He is, and
runs around.
I've knocked Finn Balor over.
Let's stand him back up.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Oh, there we go. So.
Neves worked hard, and that's something that I think a lot of people don't pick up on with Neves. They think about
like the good balls.
And the shots. You know, like the great goals that he scored, the cracking shots. But he works hard, you know. He's a tireless worker, and he broke up a lot of play, won a lot of tackles, done a lot of the dirty work.
Yeah, he was
really. I know he wasn't as eye-catching as sometimes when he's spraying balls all around, but still, he did a good job for the team.
Yeah, next then Donker is 7. He also worked hard and like always he got in good positions. But he was messing up his chances. With
Twice in this game he got into good positions, didn't he?
One was a header when it went behind.
Yeah, it was unfortunate because it was a little bit behind him. He tried to crane his neck to get around it, so it wasn't an easy chance.
No.
And then the other one was when Neto knocked the ball over to him in the second half.
And his touch was too bad.
Yeah, he just didn't take a good enough touch. If his first touch could have just laid it in front of him, he could have finished.
That could have been a win.
Yeah, but the touch just went slightly behind him. So again, getting into good areas, but not quite having that finishing touch. But a lot of good hard work and defensive duties that was carried out responsibly by Dendoncker.
Next, Traore is 6. He did go off. And in first half, he didn't have the ball as much as in the second half.
Yeah, we didn't see a lot of him at all first half.
Anonymous, wasn't he,
first half didn't really get into the game.
But second half he was a bit like involved a bit more. And
he was more involved second half, and we saw more of him getting on the ball, taking players on, first half struggled because we just couldn't get the ball
We
to him.
just couldn't attack, get the ball.
Yeah, couldn't get the. What did you give him then? A 6 was it?
Yeah, a 6.
Fair enough, because like you say, first half we just couldn't get the ball to him, so he couldn't.
No.
He was really not involved much at all. Second half, more involved, running with the ball, helping us get up the pitch. So it improved second half from Traore, 6 for him.
Next, Pedence. He also went off. He was a 6. He didn't really offer a threat, I don't think.
No, yeah, similar to Traore,
Yeah.
was it? We just didn't get the ball to him in dangerous areas for him to be able to do any of his magic.
No.
Good to see him back.
Yes,
You
definitely.
know, and he got 70 minutes. And in games where we have more of the ball and we're on the front foot, then
Yeah,
we
he
will
did
see the best
well.
of Pedence. When we're in a game like this where we're defending for most of the game, you know,
Yeah,
that ain't his
yeah.
forte. He's a creative player. But he still put a shift in. He still worked
Yeah.
hard for the team.
Neto was 7. He was more threatening and he almost scored that one
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Out of those front three, I think
He was
Neto was the
the
more
best,
dangerous,
yeah.
wasn't he? You know,
He was pushing forwards, creating chances.
worked
and-
hard and
Yeah,
took
hard.
people on and kept the ball well. You know,
Oh, he did
sometimes
keep the
you
ball
was
well.
amazed at how he kept the ball.
Yeah,
It seemed like he
sometimes,
lost
like,
it and
he
he got
messed
it
up and he
back.
got it
He won
back.
it back, and yeah, he did a lot of good work for us. And like you say, he almost
Almost.
scored, hit the crossbar.
Such a shame.
Yeah, it would have
If that
been
was
a
bit
cute
lower.
finish one. It was a great
Oh,
idea,
yeah.
you know, just to like lift it on. But like Glenn Hoddle said on the commentary, he was close and he could have just drilled it, maybe, you
Yeah.
know. And if he'd have drilled it hard enough, I don't know, maybe the keeper would have got a
Maybe.
block on it, maybe he'd have hit the keeper. But he went for the fancy one, didn't he?
Yeah,
The
over.
scoop, you know, which would have
Yeah.
looked great on the
It would
highlights.
have, yeah.
But unfortunately, hit the crossbar.
Yeah, for subs, Hoover, he a 6. I gave him a 6. He wasn't on for
The whole
too
match, it was
long.
only
He was
half the
only
game.
on- yeah.
It's the same. Did you give Ain't Nori a 6?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and they both played half the game, didn't they? So it's difficult to give him 2 high score when you're only playing half the
He
game.
also had a bad clearance, didn't he?
He did one time, yeah, well
He did
remembered.
once.
In the second half, yeah. It came after Kilman's bad clearance.
Yeah, it
They
did.
managed to get the ball across to
Across.
Hoover,
And
and he was in space himself. He could have actually brought it down. Yeah, he could have brought the ball
stopped it
down.
and then
But he
cleared
panicked a bit and hit it
And he
right
just
back
hit
up
it,
in the air with his
and then
left
it just
foot,
went down.
which put us again in more
Yeah.
danger. But apart from that one bad clearance, the rest of the time I think he did his job well. So 6 out of 10.
And then Jose, a 6. He only had 20 minutes, but he looked positive.
Yeah.
And at the end, he saved that goal because he got his head, and I
Yeah.
thought that was it.
That was
I was
going
like,
in.
a late goal again.
Yeah, it would have been another killer,
I
wouldn't
know.
it?
He got his head blitzed
We're
it out.
always conceding late
Always.
goals. From the end of last season and the start, up to the halfway
Yeah.
point of the season, we've conceded so many late goals, and it nearly happened again.
Nearly.
That was going
He
in
saved
there,
us, so.
but he managed to just divert the ball
Yeah.
over the crossbar, so that was a real telling interception
We all
from him
got
with his
on.
head.
No!
Yeah, we thought, oh no,
Yeah.
it's him. But I did see positive signs from him.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, he's a big guy. I saw him win a flick.
And he was very protective.
He was
of the
physical,
ball,
yeah, he used his body
Yeah.
well. Yeah, I think there's enough signs there to show us he's got more of a physical presence than Cutrone and Fabio Silva. That's what
Yeah.
we've missed. We've missed somebody with that
We-
physical
yeah.
presence. One time in the second half, Traore went on a run, and if he'd have gone to the byline and crossed it when
he went
Jose was
in.
on, then I think if it was a good delivery, he could have got on the end of it. But instead,
Yeah.
he cut inside
He
and
cut
he
in.
came infield.
Tried to pass it to Neto.
Which then
and
negates the
intercepted.
opportunity to cross because he's come infield. If he'd have gone down the line and got a cross in when Jose
Maybe
was
a
on the
goal.
pitch and it was a decent cross, then
Yeah.
maybe he could have gone on the end of it and would have been celebrating a debut goal. But
Yeah.
Traore came infield, and once he's done that, then you can't cross the ball. But Jose, a good little 20-minute cameo, and there's signs there that he's big and physical and he can offer us a presence up front.
Yeah. Martinho, a 6 as well. Only
yeah.
on the pitch a bit, a few minutes.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
it's difficult to
Can't
grade
give it more.
anybody in it really with a
Yeah.
few minutes. You don't want to give them like a 2 because it sounds like
Yeah.
you're being really harsh on them. But
But
you
then-
can't
but
give
then
them a
we're not
7 or
bothered to
8,
just-
yeah.
yeah.
So you have to just give them a middle score, don't you?
Yeah.
A 5, 6 or whatever like that. Yeah, so that's all the players and all the
That's
subs
enough,
as well,
yeah.
yeah? Okay, so what's next? Is Finn Ballard all right?
Yeah,
Finn
he's-
Ballard, yeah. What's next on the agenda?
It's Dylan's fact of the day.
There are only 3 people in the world that have more money than Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich. They are the Queen, and Richie Rich.
Thanks for that, Dylan. Next on the agenda
Yeah.
is the general performance.
Okay, so have you graded both halves again?
Yeah,
like
and then the
normal?
overall.
Okay, so what did you think for the first half? What grade did you give the first half?
I gave that a
performance?
7.
Okay.
We were defensively sound, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very good defensively
Really?
as well, as we talked about.
they didn't have a sniff first half, did they? You know,
Yeah.
they couldn't get in behind us at all in the first
And we was
half.
very well organised.
Yeah, we was.
You know, it was hard to break.
Nice and compact.
Yeah.
They couldn't play through us. A really good, sound, solid defensive base we had there.
Yeah, but the downside was we didn't offer going forward.
No, we didn't offer anything
No,
going
we had
forwards.
a few breaks, but we didn't.
Yeah, the first
break
half,
much.
yeah, there's probably just that Dendonka header
Yeah,
that we spoke
that
about.
was the biggest one.
That was probably our only opportunity in the
half.
first half. So, yeah, it's one of the things that we say, very good defensively, but,
Yeah,
not,
but not
offering
good.
enough going forwards. But considering we
It's hard to
played...
be good at both, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it's getting that balance right.
Yeah.
And when you play someone like Chelsea, the main thing
they
is...
attack
You,
and
you,
attack.
yeah, you know
You
they're
have
going to
to
have the
defend.
ball, so you know you've got to be set up well defensively.
For second half, also a 7.
Okay.
It was pretty much the same, defensively sound and that well organised.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing that half, was our chance was Neto.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, we were
second
talked
half,
about-
again, we defended well.
Yeah.
But I think they did get in behind us a few more times second
Yeah.
half, caused us a few more problems where it was a little bit more
Yeah,
last
but-
ditch, the defending one.
Yeah.
You know, people like Bolly and
Just, like,
Patricio
getting on-
coming to the
on the end
rescue
of it,
in
yeah.
last ditch situations.
Yeah,
First
very
half,
close.
there was no last ditch defending, they couldn't
No,
get behind
really.
us. Second half, they did get
Yeah.
behind us, but we still managed to
We
keep the
saved
doors
it.
shut. But like you said, in the second half, we had the great chance with Neto,
Yeah,
didn't
if
we?
he just got that,
Yeah,
we
and-
would have
and,
got 2 more points. on
Yeah,
the board.
yeah, we would. And also, Dendonka had that one when his control
Yeah.
wasn't quite good enough to get a shot away
Two
time.
chances.
So 2 chances second half, especially the Neto one, that was the big
Oh.
one. And that one sort of
Yeah.
chance the first half. 7 for both halves, so I assume overall
Overall 7.
7 out of 10. And for me, I don't know how you feel, but I'm happy with it, a draw. You know,
Yes,
I
I
don't know.
was against Chelsea, a very hard team.
Yeah, a team
yeah.
who want to be up there.
And they had a new manager, so
Yes.
they was all trying to
Yes.
make him impress and
Yes.
play more.
That's right,
So,
the new manager bounce that we talked
Yes.
about, you know, they all wanted to impress.
and we still got a draw, which
Yeah, we went
very
there,
good.
we got a draw. I'm pleased with that. I don't know how
I'm very
fans all
pleased.
feel out there on the Twitter machine about this type of thing, but personally, I'll take a draw.
So-
and I'm pleased to see us set up defensively, saying back to basics, hard to beat, and then we can gradually, when we play other teams who are not as good as Chelsea, we can go do a little bit
Yeah.
more going forward in an attacking sense. But for today, I'm happy enough with that 0-0 and looking better defensively with a 5 there.
definitely. And then last on the agenda is sign off.
Oh, well, take it away for the sign off then.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below your thoughts on the game.
Have we had any likes?
Yeah,
What do they like?
our videos.
How much do they like them?
I don't know. They just press the like button.
Either a button to tell you how much they like them, like how many out of 10 for that one.
No.
There should be a button on the computer to say how much they like it, shouldn't there? That'd be a good button, wouldn't it?
Good idea. And make sure you join us next time for the Wolves versus Crystal Palace match preview.